Welcome back. We are taking a look right now at what it looks like on the ground in Tehran. So far, 6 U.S. service members have been killed in Operation Epic Fury. 18 others have been hurt. The Pentagon has not given a timeline for this war, but as Christiane Cordero reports, this is not an endless war like those the president campaigned against.
With the U.S. military operation in Iran stretching into its third day, today President Trump stood before news cameras for the first time to address the massive attacks that killed Iran's supreme Ayatollah.
An Iranian regime armed with long-range missiles and nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat to the Middle East, but also to the American people.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the president gave the go-ahead on Friday afternoon, watching the attacks hours later from his Mar-a-Lago resort. Hegseth was pressed today on whether Iran posed an imminent threat to the U.S., given the plans did not go through Congress, and following last summer's operation that the administration said, quote, obliterated the country's nuclear program. He didn't offer specifics, only referencing retribution.
Their war on Americans has become our retribution against their Ayatollah and his death cult.
When asked about a potential timeline, President Trump over the weekend told the Daily Mail he expects the operation will last roughly 4 weeks. The Pentagon, however, is keeping a potential timeline open-ended.
This is not a single overnight operation.
Hegseth didn't discount putting U.S. troops on the ground, but is adamant this is not an endless war like those the president campaigned against.
But we're not dumb about it. You don't have to roll 200,000 people in there and stay for 20 years.
The Iranian Red Crescent says hundreds have died in Iran since the strikes began. The U.S. also announced the deaths of 4 service members during attack operations, as well as the loss of 3 F-15 fighter jets that they say was due to friendly fire from Kuwait. Trump and Hegseth both paid respects to the American service members who have so far been killed in Iran's retaliatory strikes. The president also shared a grim warning that more American lives may be lost. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
And this escalating war in Iran is now causing oil prices to climb. One of the largest oil refineries in the world was targeted in a drone attack in Saudi Arabia. About 1/5 of the world's oil flows through the region, but right now things are at a standstill. Some energy analysts say the market disruption so far reflects both confirmed disruptions and fears of what could come next.
Unless there is clarity, oil prices may be impacted by weeks or potentially longer until the coast begins to clear. And the biggest factor there is, will the Strait of Hormuz be safe? Will the U.S. provide military assets in the strait to prevent any attacks? That's really what the market is waiting for with bated breath. And it may be several weeks before we see any assurances, any clarity on that vital waterway.
So here's a look at what prices look like for us right now. Iowa is averaging $2.63 a gallon, while in Illinois it's $3.06. But analysts say gas prices could surge as high as $3.25 a gallon in the next 2 to 3 weeks.